guys, welcome back to another video where I'm going to be decorating my planner. And just so you guys can see, this is my new Valentine's themed dashboard. I totally actually printed that out, and it was really simple. Put a transparency, and then I added a pink clip, and I just wanted to show you guys that before we get to decorating my actual pages. I know you guys have been enjoying these types of videos, so I figured I'd do my February/March pages together. Of course, since Valentine's is like the biggest like holiday of that month, at least for me anyway, I figured I would do both my pages Valentine's themed. I picked up that pink glitter paper at Target if you guys watched my last haul. If you didn't, I will link that below because it was really awesome, and I got a bunch of planner related stuff and Project Life stuff. I'm just using a punch to punch through this paper. It's really easy to do because this paper is very thin and none of that glitter is really coming off, which is really nice because a lot of glitter paper has the little bits of glitter that fall off. So this one's perfect, and it's from American Crafts, so I think that's why it's so good, because I have a little mini paper pad of glitter sheets, and those don't come off either. So I'm basically adding the hearts to the little circles to basically kind of create heart-shaped reinforcers, and I just thought that was a really cute idea to do. I haven't really seen anyone do that, which has surprised me because I think it's such a cute idea. And so basically I just put that all across there, and I'm just using my punch to punch through the holes. Basically that's not really something that's hard to do, and you can use any basic punch. You don't necessarily need to use the one I'm using. I just happen to have this one on hand, and it's called a Crop-A-Dile, and you can pick it up at any online craft store or local craft store like Michael's or Joann's. And I'm sorry about that, y'all. I also picked up this glitter paper, which is from, I believe, Joann's. It's a very basic glitter paper. It's self-adhesive. The only bad thing about this specific glitter paper is that basically it will leave excess glitter. So just be sure to clean up after you're done doing this process, and maybe just wipe them off ahead of time, because as you can see on my fingers, I got a little bit of glitter on me. It didn't really bother me that much because even though it seems like a ton on my fingers, I mostly got more on my fingers because I was like messing with the paper off camera. So yeah, I decided to do gold on one side and pink on the other just because I thought that would look cute. I usually don't want to do things like too matchy-matchy because that's just not me. I also have these two pink ink pads, and then the stamp set that I'm going to be using, because you guys know that a big thing for me is that I feel like using stamp sets, it's a great way to create your own stickers and embellishments for your pages instead of spending a ton of money on a bunch of different accessories and random stickers and things. Not that you totally can't do that, because you can. I just prefer to make a lot of my own things for my planner related stuff. And I'm just using my Studio Calico inks. One of the colors I believe is Blush Crush, and the other one is Flamingo, and they just kind of went perfect for what I was trying to achieve here. I wanted like um, lots of pink in this spread. I'm more of like a pink girl than I am like a red girl, so that's why I thought that would be good. And be sure to clean off your stamps after you use them, because this helps maintain them, and it's alright if they get kind of stained because that just means they're good quality photopolymer stamps. Next you're going to need some sharp scissors, and I'm just using my little Cutter Bee snips. You can also usually pick these up online or at a local craft store. These are like the best scissors ever. I know a lot of people have scissors, but all scissors are not created equal. These scissors are really awesome and can really get into tight little fit corners and spaces, so I really like them. You just have to be careful because they are quite sharp, so I keep the little guard on them. Next for this page, you're going to need a cloud punch if you decide you want to do kind of like a similar look, but of course your own type of look, because who wants equal looking planner pages, you know what I mean? Originality! So I decided to do some watercolor on my clouds off camera. I had these ahead of time because apparently I'm using a lot of clouds this month, and you'll see what I mean when you see some of my other upcoming videos. I just thought they were so cute, and clouds remind me of like cupids and angels and care bears and all good things, so I wanted to use them on this spread. And I thought I would layer the clouds. One of the papers underneath is kind of like a cheap copy paper, and the other one is like a more thicker cardstock, and I did decide to sew it with my sewing machine, even though in the end you don't really end up seeing the stitching effects, so I guess it was kind of pointless. But had I left it so that you could see the stitching effect, it wouldn't have been pointless because I love how things look when they're sewn on paper. And this is something, as a paper crafter who does scrapbooking and stuff, I tend to really enjoy this effect, if in case you've never seen that done before. I like stitching on paper, so yeah, I thought it looked really cute, and I just had wished that I had known I was going to end up covering that beautiful effect. So, but I just kind of decided that I liked the placement of the little sticker letters that I made around the cloud, and I thought maybe I could just go around the actual stitching effect, but no. But I end up liking the way that it gets that I end up putting it on there anyway, so I kind of just lived with that. And it just looks really, it ended up looking really cute overall, so I really don't mind it. And the nice thing about it too is I didn't have to use a bunch of adhesive because just one stitch through there and it stays on there pretty well. And if you're worried about how it looks on the other side of the paper, this stitch that I did is a very like fine stitch, and it's not super close together, so it doesn't tear through the paper. And if you look at it on the other side, it's fine. It didn't mess up the other side of the papers. But I also figured I'm working on my new month, so I didn't worry too much about that. I ended up adding those letters with foam dots or foam tape, as guys have seen me do a lot, so that's just my thing. I use a lot of that, and I am putting this watercolored circle on the 14th with a glitter heart because of course I want to mark that day since it's like Valentine's, and I just thought that would look pretty and girly, so I liked that. As you guys know, I love watercolors, so I use them all the time to create and embellish things. Then I had this little tiny gold heart that I had also die cut, and so I put that on there, and that's just gold vellum, which is a paper you can also pick up at craft stores or online. It's just a really fun see-through-y type of material you guys see me use a lot as well if you watch my videos. This little gold piece right there, I made that out of paper and gold foiling, and then I just backed it with some pink watercolor paper that I had made, and it was really simple to make. And if you guys want to see a video specifically on that, be sure to leave me a comment and let me know. If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure you're thumbsing them up and subscribing to my channel, because that way I know you guys want to see more of these. I know I have a lot of people who watch my channel who some watch more for Project Life, others for planner stuff, so I kind of want to make sure that I'm making videos for everybody a variation of videos, because I enjoy doing both those things. So this is also pink vellum that I'm using right here, and I had this heart that I cut with my Cameo, and it's just like a white cardstock, a thin little cardstock. So I just put some glue on that and put it over the vellum and cut it out because I thought it would look really cute since it has that like little translucent effect. And it doesn't bother me to put it where one of the days is because it doesn't cover the number. So pretty much I think it looks really cute there, and I liked where I like putting things on the top of my pages without going like too overboard, even though I will say I definitely made this page, these pages in general, more embellished than I normally do. My other pages are usually a little more tame. This label I got from a Creative Retreat kit. Like you guys know if you watch my channel, this is from a kit that I get every month, and they give you digitals so that you can print them out at home. So this is one of the printables that I printed out because I just thought it would be perfect for this page, and then I decided to use my Target Dollar Spot Alphas to mark March on that day because I thought it would look really cute and it would match my whole layout since it's got like gold and vanilla, like a I don't know if that's considered it's like an off-white sort of color, if you know what I mean. I can never talk in these videos, you guys, but thanks for watching them. I just thought that would look really cute, and that's one of the perks of getting a monthly kit, that you can basically reuse the digitals and things that you get from it, and I love that kit, so yeah, I'm pretty happy about that, and I thought that looked really cute like that. Then I just figured I would take out my stamp set. The stamp set is from Studio Calico, but it is discontinued. I don't believe they make it anymore, so sorry about that, but there's plenty of other stamp companies that make awesome stamps now, as you guys have probably seen, like the Sweet Stamp Shop, Sweet Stamp Shop, Studio L2E, Waffle Flower Crafts. I will put links down below to any places that I recommend for you guys to go and check out. They make awesome stamp sets, and I'm just using my Studio Calico inks to stamp about. I decided to stamp off and then stamp on because I'm trying to keep the colors lighter and more pastel-y and not super dark, so you can totally still see the stamp. It's just not quite as bright, which I like that, and that's the cool thing about these inks. They're generational, which means that you can stamp them once and you'll still be able to stamp them a second time without putting them back in the ink pad, which is just a really cool effect. So I really like that, and that little pin looks awesome. And then I decided to just stamp this little pencil dude on the bottom of the pages just to add another little element to the bottom of the pages. A decorative element without going too much, because I feel like when you have a lot of glitter and things on pages, like, you don't want to go like doing too much. So I was trying to keep them kind of simple while still making them super girly and cute. And yeah, and then I added the little envelope from that same stamp set to those, and I thought that looked really cute. And then the last bit of this video, I'm going to be doing a little divider to go in the middle of these. It's a clear, transparent, basically piece of acetate, and I knew I wanted to line it up with my holes so that I could just punch them out and then start working on this. I'm just corner rounding the corners with my We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder, just so that I can get like a more finished look to this, because I like the way it looks with the corners rounded. And then I'm using some StazOn ink in gold and this rubber stamp set. Be sure if you get this ink that you are careful with it, because it is permanent, so if you stamp it somewhere like metal or wood or any place like that, it will stay on there. This first kind of heart is a little bit of a fail, so I just went and re-stamped it and then did the rest of these hearts off camera. And then I just used a little sponge to kind of just dab into certain places. But I knew they weren't going to be perfect hearts, and I was alright with that. I just left them kind of distressed. Be sure you clean off any stamps, and just keep everything together whenever you have these sort of ink stamp sets. And then I have these little sequin hearts that are from my Pinkfresh Studio kit that's super cute, and I just wanted to add them on that little divider because I thought they would totally go with my Valentine's theme, and they look super cute. I love them. And then I added a bow to the top of that just because it looks cute and I love bows. And basically my pages are done, and I really love how that looks, so that I can flip to the month that I'm on really easily and know where it's at. And then on top of that, the bow looks really cute because when you close your pages like such, you can still see the bow on the top, which I really love that. That's basically why I added it there. I love having little things stick up from the top of my pages. So that's just a little cute bookmark to have there, and I love the way that looks, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you want to see more, be sure to thumbs up and leave me some comments and tell me what you'd like to see, y'all. Thank you so much for watching!